champions by His merciful plans, assuring us for one more chance to advance, making us all dance in the name of Radhesham. Your heart is an ocean of nectar from where your mercy and love flows. No matter how fallen we are, under your shelter our heart glows. No matter how many mistakes we make, you have always given us a chance for redeem, like a very kind and compassionate Father to awake the lost soul from the drain. Your heart is an ocean of nectar from where your mercy and love flows. No matter how fallen we are, under your shelter our heart glows.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome, dear devotees, God sisters, God brothers, well-wishers from all over the world. We are so happy that you have joined us today on this auspicious occasion of the 64th Vyasa-Puja of His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami. So thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. Without you, none of this would be possible. So thank you again. And now I would like to call my God brother Parangati Prabhu to reveal today's schedule. First we will do the language interpretation part. I'm sorry. So I will speak in Portuguese now for the Portuguese devotees, for the Brazilian devotees. Olá, nós temos hoje interpretação simultânea. E se você quiser ouvir em português, quem estiver no desktop ou no computador, clique no ícone do globo no canto inferior da direita da sua tela. Vai abrir uma caixinha, assim que você clicar, com a seleção de línguas. Clique no português, no Portuguese, ali como você pode ver na tela, o idioma de sua escolha, e depois você pode optar por clicar, silenciar o áudio original para ouvir o canal apenas o canal selecionado. Para aqueles de vocês que estão usando o celular, clique no ícone mais, ou seja, os 3 pontinhos. Depois clique em Language Interpretation, no globinho que vai aparecer, e vai aparecer uma caixa com os idiomas disponíveis. Você clica no português ou português, né, como aparece ali na tela, e também você pode optar por silenciar ou não o áudio original para apenas ouvir o canal selecionado.
हरे कृष्णा। हाँ, मेरा सादर प्रणाम हिंदी भाषी भक्तों के लिए। जो कंप्यूटर उपयोग करता है उनके लिए भाषा चयन इस प्रकार होगा। वे लोग दाहिनी ओर की तरफ, नीचे की तरफ उनको एक ग्लोब यानी कि गोलाकार बटन दिखाई देगा, उस पर क्लिक कर सकते हैं और जैसे कि स्क्रीन पे दिख रहा है आप उसमें से हिंदी भाषा का चयन कर सकते हैं और आपका हिंदी चैनल सिलेक्ट हो जाएगा। फिर आपको हिंदी में जो भी सेशन में चल रहा है वो सब सुनाई देगा। और जो मोबाइल उपयोग करता है उनके लिए मैं बता दूं, उनके लिए 3 डॉट नीचे की तरफ दाहिनी ओर दिखाई देंगे। उस पर क्लिक करने के बाद उन्हें लैंग्वेज इंटरप्रिटेशन यानी कि गोलाकार जो बटन है वो पॉपअप में दिखाई देगा। उस पर क्लिक करने के बाद उन्हें 3 लैंग्वेजेस आएंगी, उनमें से उन्हें हिंदी का चयन करना है। हिंदी चयन करने के बाद उन्हें ऊपर एक बटन दिखाई देगा डन करके। जब तक वो डन पे क्लिक नहीं है तब तक उनका वो चैनल सेव नहीं होगा और वो हिंदी नहीं सुन पाएंगे। तो डन क्लिक करने के बाद वे लोग हिंदी सुन सकते हैं। हरे कृष्णा। हरे कृष्णा। वेलकम ऑल। Thank you, Yogini Mataji. And yes, so today we'll be beginning with the fourth part of the series of Culture of Constant Love and Appreciation. I understand everybody is eager to listen to Maharaj for this first. Then we'll move on to our second section, which is offerings by seniors, God brothers and God sisters of His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj. And then we'll move on to the section of disciples and well-wishers. And in between, definitely we'll have some surprises for all the participants. So please be attentive. And let's move on to the first program. I would like to invite Yogini Mataji to take it forward. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Parangati, for sharing the schedule, and we're looking forward to such a wonderful session today. And now I know everyone is very eager to hear and to see Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami. And it is my honor and pleasure to present him. And he will be talking today more about the topic of the culture of constant love and appreciation. So please, Gurudeva, please accept my humble obeisances. The screen and the floor is yours. Thank you so much.
Namo Vishnu Hare Krishna Pujaya Vodalesma Bhakti Tirtha Swami Janana. I say Krishna Padaya Prabhupada Shitan Manashri Gaura Karana Sakti Bhakti Tirtha. Namo Vishnu Hare Krishna Pujaya Vodalesma Bhakti Vedanta Swami Janana. I say Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharanandra Visesa Samyavadi Pastachade Satana. Amargyanatimirandasya Gyanandana Salakaya Sakshalamalitam Janatasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Savita Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada
Araya Shodhana O Parinamo
Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Parakalam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sabhidatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vidantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakha Vitam Nischa He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandha Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastuti Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshu
Araya Namo Parinamo
Sabana Suti Devi Manamami Hare Premi Manchakar Pataru Vesta Vasandhyaye Pasan Patitanam Prabhu Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasari Gaura Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank all the devotees for being with us. And I'm praying that all of you are blessed by our Acharyas in your Krishna consciousness. So we are looking at the culture of constant love and appreciation. And within that, we have looked at so many things. So today we are going to look at a different topic on this subject of the culture of constant love and appreciation. Cultivating humility, conquering pride. Okay. Right, next. Here we have some meditations, which is from Surrender, the book Surrender, Key to Eternal Life by His Holiness Bhakti Swami. Humility is not thinking less of oneself, but it is thinking of oneself less. You understand? Yes. Humility is not thinking of oneself less. That is an inferiority complex. Inferiority complex. It's not humility. But it is thinking of oneself less. It should not be so conscious of ourselves. That is not humility. So nowadays, you don't have to put everything in one place. So the two things here, being inferior is not humility. And also, it is not humility for anyone to always thinking, oh, I don't have this, I'm not educated, I don't have some. Yesterday we were talking of ugliness, and I'm very, very ugly, and very proud, greedy, full of illusion and pride. So this is me, so I'm so useless. This is not humility. It's actually putting oneself in the center. So it is false ego, which we don't understand. So both of them are not humility. Humility is different. Our child explained humility in different way according to the mood they are speaking at that time. According to the mood our child speaks, they explain humility. It's a realization. And also according to the mood. You see, it's like Bhakti Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada is explaining humility many different ways. Prabhupada is explaining humility many different ways. If you look at the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, Prabhupada mentioned about humility. Also, if we go to chapter 16, you also talk about humility. Chapter 10, you talk about humility. And he gives explanation according to the mood. So Prabhupada said humility means what? One is not anxious to expect respect from others. That is humility. We're not anxious to demand respect from others. That is humility. I mean, we're not looking for glorification. That is humility. And actually, true humility is available to only pure devotees. The pure devotees are they're truly humble. Why? Because they have realized our tiny nature. We can philosophically hear we are 1/10,000 the tip of the hair, the size of the soul. We can hear that philosophically. Realizing it is a different thing. To really feel that actually I'm a servant. Yesterday we mentioned purpose, special understanding about being a servant, and he exemplified that. That is humility. So they are really humble because they know our size, how we are 100% dependent. few days ago, we're looking at Friday, we're looking at and the qualities of Krishna. Krishna does not, he was explaining himself in chapter 15. But Krishna explains, I produce all the vegetable which is necessary for our maintenance, right? It's given by Krishna, through the moon. So we have vegetables to eat, nutritious vegetables to eat, succulent, nice vegetables to eat. The strength, Krishna has provided it, the strength for us to use in cooking it and eating it is given by who? By Krishna himself. And even though we have been given all these facilities, now you have eaten. Is that enough? It's finished? We still need Krishna. For what? For digesting the food. Thank you. So he gives the fire to digest the food. He gives the energy to make the vegetable nutritious for our existence. So in all circumstances, we depend on Krishna. So the pure devotees, they have the realization. Therefore, they are naturally humble. Naturally humble. We can begin from knowledge. Yes, we can begin from practicing humility to knowledge. Bhakti Saraswati Thakur will explain humility. When one is ready to become unpopular, are you ready? Huh? Are you ready to become unpopular? We want to be? So Bhakti Saraswati Thakur say, when we are ready to become unpopular, how will you be unpopular? When you start telling the truth, exactly what it is, who will like you, how many people will like you? When you start telling exactly the truth about what we are, how many of us will appreciate? Oh, thank you very much, brother. Thank you. And today I have really confirmed that you're my true friend who really care for me. But no, people never tell me these things. Only you can tell me thank you. How many people can say that? Generally, we react. Why you to tell me this? What do you know? When I see you, when are you going to see yourself? You should be careful. Watch some apparat. So, Bhakti Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he explains that humility means that we are ready to tell the truth when it is necessary and without pride. That is humility. Being bold and submissive. That is humility. To be bold means arrogance. Yeah, bold means you're arrogant, but to be bold does not mean arrogance. Be bold and submissive. That is humility. Yes, so we continue from the book Surrender. When we lack humility, we develop the tendency to focus on someone else's faults rather than our own. Right? That is a sign that we have no humility. And because I agree with you 100%. So the Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So the Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he said, all of us should put on the light in the room of our consciousness. All of us should do what? Put on the light in another person's room, in our own room. How many people will see that? How many people will do it? What will happen if you do that? When you put on the light, like in a room, what will happen? We will see all the unnecessary things that will be removed, and the necessary thing has to be there, right? But we have to put on the light first in the room of our consciousness. That is humility. Because when we do that, we want to say, somebody narcissistic, I'm carrying all this garbage with me. Hey, I better work on it now as I've been shown the mercy to be able to see this as we work on this now. When I'm working on my narratives, will I be able to see our own narrative? No, I will not see, because now I have the proper eye to see my own. But when we don't put on the light in our own room, we are going to see other people's room. Because they see. And while we are doing all that, when will we see our own? It's a lack of humility. All right? A practical way to cultivate our personal level of humility is to notice the extent to which we maintain the mindsets of friends and enemies. Mentality. Krishna has said that one who is dear to him has neither enemies nor friends. That you find in Bhagavad Gita chapter 12, text 13 and 14. Text chapter 12, text 14 and 15. That is where you find this. Practical way to cultivate personal level of humility is to notice the extent to which we maintain the mindset of friends and enemies. These are my friends. I can be favorable towards you. These are my enemies. My enemies I don't want to see. We don't want to see. And who knows if the person is such an enemy? Who knows? It could be my own false ego, my own illusion. Okay. My own illusion. Because suppose you tell me, Prabhu, you talk too much during Japan, right? Which I'm doing, and you mentioned that to me. Prabhu, you talk too much on Japan. Can you reduce this? And you become my enemy. So are you really an enemy, or it is my own illusion? It's my own illusion. And then those who facilitate my ignorance are my friends. Yes. Next. A humble heart is not envious. A humble heart is not envious. One who is humble cannot be envious of anyone. A humble person will appreciate everyone, will appreciate. Yesterday we had a seminar on the gurus. We had a seminar yesterday. So one of the gurus was speaking something, and we were wondering what he was speaking connected to the topic we're discussing. So we were wondering where Maharaj is going.
It's 10 o'clock.
Okay, thank you. So we were wondering, but Maharaj, what they're talking, how does it connect with the topic we are discussing? We have an issue we are discussing, but what you're discussing, where does it connect? And then when our moderator came in, he appreciated what he was saying, and he gave it the title. You see the difference? He appreciated what he was saying, what Mother was speaking. He appreciated that and gave the title, and he put in the car park. Means our next meeting will discuss some things. You see? Most of us didn't see it that way. So we have things to learn. Yes, a humble heart is not envious. So he was not disturbed by what he was saying. If he was able to find the usefulness of that presentation, and he created a chapter for it, so to be discussed. That is the importance of being humble. We'll be able to see good. Huh? Even be able to see good in everything. And even if there's something wrong, we can still make it good. That is the principle which is learned about Titam as establishing in the leadership book 1. A devotee should be so positive in our Krishna consciousness that every negative thing should make it positive. Even if not humble, you cannot harm this ability. Every negative thing should be made positive, and that is not the end. And all positive things should make it more positive. That is dynamism in Krishna consciousness. No stagnation. Don't become relaxed. Now, I've gotten to the end. It doesn't exist in Krishna consciousness. It doesn't exist. So it is also possible to evaluate our current state of humility by watching our minds in different situations. If one of our peers is glorified in our presence, that is our examination. Is it not? That's our examination. Observe the degree to which our mind becomes envious. If we feel intense negativity, we can understand that we have a deep level of contamination. We should recognize that this is the reason that we are in the material world in the first place. I have done this many times. Can we appoint somebody here for our Guru to bless? All of us, can we appoint somebody here for our Guru to be blessed? Appoint somebody. Prophet is going to bless it, to go back to God. Can we do that? Huh? just like if you said appoint, can you appoint God here among all of us? Can you appoint God, the Supreme God, among all of us? Who is the Supreme God? We vote for one person, who is the Supreme God? Huh? It will be one God, one person, right? One vote. Only one vote. That vote is? Yeah, it's myself. How will I appoint it to be God over me? What am I doing here? Yes, so one vote. All of us have one vote. That is how we can check the level of our enemy. When a brother or sister has been glorified in our presence, how do we feel? No, Guru, they are checking so much about this. Guru, you don't know him. And no, Guru, I say you don't know him. I have been with you. You just travel and come. You don't know him. Yeah, you just travel. What did you come? Just come. We have been here with. I know what we do in ashram. I know. Guru, you don't know, but I know what we do in ashram. So he's not so powerful, not pure as we're talking. You should have appointed me instead. We may not say it, for some of us we may not say it, but the mind will say it very loud. And some will grossly say it. Some will grossly say it. I remember in India, Gurudev was interaction with the disciples. So Gurudev was speaking about one of the disciples there. And you see, let me tell you, because Gurudev noticed that they were looking down on these disciples. And then, so Gurudev noticed that. And to help them, so he told all the devotees present, see, all of you are genius to this problem. All of you here are genius. So if you see him like that, behaving like that, so be careful. One disciple, Gurudev, I thought I'm the most senior person here. Is it not me? I made him a devotee. That was gross. Yes. When we hear that the other devotees on our team distributed more books than us, what is our mood? Do we feel happy that one of our peers did so well, or do we become frustrated that he or she won again? How do we feel? How do we feel? Look at the altar, it's so beautiful these days. So nice. Transformation in the altar. Suddenly, David as he did this. This is great, very nice. Will you feel happy about that? But they're really nice, different. Is it not? So she is glorified and appreciated because he did something nice. So we can check the level of our envy if we are happy with that. Yeah, I've been going to the altar all this year, he didn't talk about me. But did you do the way he did? Huh? So envy, very dangerous. Next, Srila Prabhupada. That is a sign of a devotee. Appreciation of the activities of devotee. This appreciation means a devotee who is actually freed from all contamination. He does not find any fault with other devotees. He does not think himself that he is bigger devotee or greater devotee than others. He thinks himself as the lowest of all. Why do we get offended when something goes against us? Why do we get angry? When something goes against us. Because of pride, false ego. You don't know that I'm a great person. How can you say that to me? Do I have more fault than you? God, you are the worst. It's because nobody have told you. I have to tell you today. But the devotee thinks himself that he is not bigger or greater devotee than others. He thinks himself as the lowest of all. Next. So Prabhupada. This position of our subordination should always be maintained. And we should always give respect to our fellow devotees who are engaged in devotional service. That will make us able to make a progressive march in the devotional life. This is Prabhupada related to Tamil Krishna. Next, make a gallant of this verse. Tenapi sunichena, tarorapi saishna, amanina manadina, kirtaniya sadahari. One who thinks himself lower than the grass, who is more tolerant than the tree, and who does not expect personal honor, yet is always prepared to give all respect to others, can very easily always chant the holy name of the Lord. See, the word used here is one who thinks himself lower than the grass, not like the grass, lower than the grass, and more tolerant than the tree, not like the tree, but more than the tree, more than grass, lower than the grass, more than the tree. See? Why is that? Trina means plant, grass. Trina. A piece you need China. If you step on the plant, what happens? If you step on the plant, it will go down, right? And if you step out, what happens? It's come back. So to that map, we said we should be lower than the grass. Means what? We should not rise. We should remain lower. That's the meaning. So it should be lower than the grass. Taro rapi sabishna. Taro means wood. Tree. More tolerant than a tree. More tolerant than a tree. We can, as a human, we can tolerate something with knowledge, or I'm forced to tolerate it because I cannot beat you, right? I cannot beat you. So if you say something, I'll keep quiet. Prabhu, I'm sorry. I'm doing that because I cannot beat you, not because I'm humble. So the circumstance can make me to feel like that. And I can essentially do like that, but inside me, I'm feeling very angry. I can bend you down with anger inside. Right? But a tree does not do that. A tree is standing. What is the purpose of a tree standing? For others, not for the tree itself. It's for the others. The existence of a tree is for others, not for the tree itself. You know? Just like water. Water is standing for itself. Water is standing for others. The tree is standing for others. The tree will produce varieties of fruit year in and year out. But let's take one out of it. Only for others. So the tree will give the fruit, it will give the shade. And some trees and medicines, you can also use it to cook and use it to drink as medicine, like papaya. Everything in papaya is wonderful. The leaves, the root, the fruit, the seed, the trunk, they are all wonderful. What does the papaya do? Standing for others. Everything completely for others. So after years and years of maintaining all, one day you don't take axe and go to the tree, will complain. Hey, people, please come and help me. See this man, I've been taking care of you for years, but you want to kill me, please protect me. Will you do like that? You keep quiet. Is that the end? No. We cut on the tree will not say, okay, I've been taking care of you for years, don't care for me. Okay, finish. To hell with you. The tree will not do that. You see, use the tree for firewood, to cook and for swaha. Isn't it? You cook with it, you can use it for fire sacrifice, you can also use it for for wood, for papers, you can make paper, print paper with it. Right? Is that all? The ashes of the tree, the ashes from the, you can use the ashes also to cook also. The ashes you can use, the charcoal, you can use the charcoal for cooking. The ashes you can use for making soap. They're nice for the skin. Keep your dirty skin happy. Isn't it? So it is, we are told to be more tolerant than it. If we cultivate this attitude, what's the result? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will say, with this mentality, amanina manadena. Amanina manadena. Amanina. We should be ready to show others respect. When these three things are done, what happens? Kirtanaya sadhari. Kirtana. In other words, to change the holy name is meant for this kind of people who have these three qualities, who are acting like this. They can change the holy name. Means what? They will change the holy name that will bring perfection. The holy name will manifest. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita 1731. Next. Thank you very much.
Jai, thank you so much, Gurudeva, for another wonderful and involving class. It was so wonderful, and I know you touched all of our hearts by teaching us the importance of true humility and how we can overcome envy, by how we can have a humble heart, and also what appreciation really is and how we can be show more appreciation to others. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So next, we will have a little video of the book. So we will be showing you now, sharing it with you, a book promo. Thank you so much. So as you saw in the video, His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami has launched his first book called Spiritual Connection that focuses on the dynamics, explaining more about the dynamics of the guru-disciple relationship. And it's a book that everyone should read again and again. So you can purchase this book at this link that you can see on the screen, www.shrichaitanyashiksha.com. It's also available on Amazon. And if you have any questions, you can write an email or contact us via WhatsApp. The email is shrichaitanyashiksha@outlook.com. And you can personally contact any of these disciples in India, in the UK or Europe, and in Brazil if you would like to purchase the books, and they're available in English, Hindi, and Portuguese. So please do run and get your copy and read it as soon as you can. I'm sure you will not regret it. And so now we would like to call our first speaker of the day. We have a video by His Holiness Bhakti Chadudeshna Swami, and we will be sharing the video in just a second. Just a quick introduction of Maharaj. He has joined ISKCON in 1987 in Abidjan in Côte d'Ivoire. He is a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. He had his first initiation in 1987 and second in 1995. And he acted as the temple president of ISKCON Côte d'Ivoire. And after studying in India for some years, he then started preaching all around the world, and he took sannyas initiation from His Holiness Kavichandra Swami in June 2015. He is now the coordinator of ISKCON West Africa, and he preaches all over the African continent.
Hare Krishna, Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Tirtha Swami Namine Namaste Krishna Padaya Prabhupada Artisatmani Shri Gaura Karuna Sakshi Bhakti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Venanda Swami Namine Namaste Saravasudeve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvesesa Sunyavadi Partha Satsarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Garadhar Shivadari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj ki jai. His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj Vyasa-Puja Mahotsav ki jai. Krishna. Okay, I'm very honored and blissful and happy to send this small offering to His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj on the occasion of his Vyasa-Puja. Yeah, I always say that Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj presence in our life, all the devotees in West Africa, is very significant in the sense that when our Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj was living, I think 2005, that same year, His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj accepted sannyas, the order of sannyas. So we could see that Gurudev was going and he came in. You know, the pain, the difficulty to sustain our spiritual life without the presence of the Guru. It's very important. The presence of the Guru, the physical presence of the Guru is very, very important. So Gurudev was leaving. We were not expecting him to leave so soon, but Krishna decided. So he was leaving, and at that time, His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara also came in. So my realization is that we didn't really, yes, we feel something with the absence of a Gurudev, but due to the presence of His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj, we didn't feel much, the absence of our dear Gurudev, our beloved Gurudev, because Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj filled the gap, the emptiness that was there. Yeah, that devotees without the Guru, very painful. And I read in a book of His Guru Govinda Maharaj that when the Guru disappeared, so many things happen to the disciples. Those who are not serious. Those who are serious, they can still sustain their life with the instruction of the Guru. But those who are not very strong, they can be destroyed by some thieves. The thieves that are coming to steal our bhakti. Yeah. They don't come to steal our money. They don't come to steal our mobile phone, our iPhone, our car. No. They come to steal our bhakti. So if there's nobody there, the Guru is not there, there is no somebody vigilant to watch, then all our devotional progress, our Bhakti Lata Bija, will be destroyed, and our spiritual progress will be, damaged by those thieves when the Guru is not there. It was nicely described that it's like in the dusk time, the day is going to the sun is going to set, and the moon is going to rise. Okay, at that period, the thieves, the rogue, they are very happy. They are very happy, and because very soon it's going to be dark. Then they can steal. So these thieves, they are happy when the Guru is not there. They say, yes, it's time to come and steal the bhakti of the devotees. So Krishna makes such a nice arrangement that when Gurudev was going, His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Maharaj came in. So in that way, we are very happy and to continue our spiritual life and to protect our Bhakti Lata Bija. Yeah. So I've seen in Bhakti Dhira Maharaj's life also that he not only preach about the qualities, but he also manifests them. Yeah, just like Chaitanya Prabhu told Haridas Thakur that some people, they can preach nicely, but they don't have good character. Some also, they have very good character, but they don't preach. But you preach nicely, at the same time you have a nice character. So you have an Adil Vaishnav. So as far as Haridas Thakur is a Namacharya. Yeah. So we can see that Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj, practices those qualities, Vaishnav qualities. He live them. And one of his qualities that I really like is his transparency, honesty. Yeah, I remember very well when in India some years back, long time back, he gave me his password, email password, to go and check his messages. I was very surprised. How can he do that? Understand? And is a leader, because in West Africa here there is no doubt who is going to lead us. Who is who? No. His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Maharaj is not there. Kavasha Maharaj is still there. Okay. Now we are Gurudev created so many good disciples like his Bhakti Dhira Maharaj, Shivadas Vanacharya, Bhakti Vasudeva Maharaj, like that. Many of them. So in that way we don't feel. So the Bhakti Dhira Maharaj is our captain. There's no doubt. Automatically when you come to West Africa, the guide, the leader, the mentor is His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj. So I will not take much time, and simply I wish him a very long life and successful, and for him to continue to be with us, to guide us, and in that way the whole world will recognize his potency. And when the whole world recognize the potency, at the same time also, we devotees in West Africa, we take the glories. So all glories to His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Please continue.
Hare Krishna, Gurudeva. Thank you. Thank you so much for that lovely offering. It was wonderful to hear the highlights of His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami's leadership qualities in West Africa. It's always so nice to hear that. So following our schedule, now we have the offerings of Her Grace Ananta Charya His Grace Ananta Charya Dasa from Nigeria, West Africa. And I think he's here with us. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu is serving at ISKCON at Abeokuta in Ogun State in Nigeria, and he is a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. Prabhu, the floor is yours. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hare Krishna Gurudev. Namo Vishnu Hare Krishna Mr. Srimati Pratitya Swami Tinamini. Namaste Krishna Prabhupada Statmanis Guru Karna Sati. Namo Vishnu Hare Krishna Mr. Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami. Namaste Saraswati Devi Bhavani Nivisi Saswami State. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakti. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you. First, I will humbly beg Gurudev and all the devotees present to please give me all their mercy so that I can explain from the heart. Anyway, thank all the devotees. First, when the news came to me that I've been listed to speak, I was worried. I have to call Yaduna several times. I said, are you sure I've been enlisted to speak? He said, yes. I said, I'm not sure. It took us 2 days. I keep on, confronting him on that. So he told me I should just write my biography as sent. I said, you have not written, and you're asking me to write even Chema also has not written. So he said, okay. So he wrote it so. So that was when I actually realized the truth about this epoch event. Anyway, I thank Guru Maharaj for giving me this opportunity to speak, and at the same time to get his mercy. So Guru Dev, I've happened to be with him for a very long time, from the scratch when I started devotional service. He has been my guidance. He's always there to give me all the necessary instructions and directives. You see, there's a lot of unique activities about him, extraordinary activities about him. It's not easily understood. It's not easily understood because all his activities are quite esoteric. It only can be understood by those who are on the high level. So that's why you find this is very, very not easily understood. You must bring yourself up devotionally to understand him. You see. So having him in our midst is not by chance. Gurudev Sharadishna Swami has spoken everything I really wanted to say about Gurudev. But anyway, I will just speak a little, not to take the time. You see, everything about Gurudev is unique. Everything about him is unique. He's the first African guru in the whole wide world. First Vaishnava African guru in the whole world. First science, see, Nigeria, Africa, in the whole wide world. So there's something we should be happy about, to have him this way. So the word guru is very heavy. It's very heavy. It's a physical manifestation of Krishna. So we should highly take advantage of him and see how we can grow devotionally. It's very unique, as I've said, in various ways. Maybe in the area of administrative discharge, it's also seen as the first. Administratively, it's unique. If you go to him, enter his ashram, you will see what I'm talking about. Enter his ashram. He articulates, he arranges everything. He articulates them. Lock, keep safe, and very neat. If you ask him about such item for the next 20 years, he will bring it as it is. You see, so that quality about him is so unique. Even when he was a brahmacharya order, when he was practicing brahmacharya order, so unique, very neat. Very neat. You know, when he was in the Bhakti Vedanta Book Trust, BBT shop, he said, please, let me bring this up. Most people we have forgotten. When Gurudev was with us, Bhakti Teta Swami Krishnapad, any festival in Nigeria, he will personally order Gurudev to make sure he finances everything. Gurudev is very expert in making money. Very expert. Makes money, people gives him money. So when we are doing festival, it's always very unique and ecstatic. So Bhakti Teta will order him, take control. 80% of expenditures are from Gurudev, Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami. That time, temples are filled up. Temples are filled up. We hire best luxurious buses, Marco Polo, we use. You see. So these are so much his presence, so much his wonderful activity. So he's always number one, up to date in everything. And one unique aspect about him also, he's very observant. He's very, very observant. When he's in a place, he observes everything tactfully. There was one time we were trying to organize a Vyasa-Puja for him in Lagos. We did a wonderful arrangement. So when he came down, dismantle everything. So put this here, put this that way, put this like this, put this like this. But himself sat down in a very humble way. All the big asana we arranged for him, dismantle, he sat down. So he just spoke about the lowest. Yeah, for one to become the lowest. This is not ordinary statement. It checks our areas concerning accountability, devotional accountability, all these things. It checks. Prabhu Sharadishna Swami spoke about transparency. That area is unique in that area, seriously, very unique. You see, his sadhana is high, very, very high. In the aspect of his austerity, you see, whenever I get to Lagos, the devotees will tell me, Maharaj is giving class, so we say, he hardly sleep. He doesn't sleep in the night. He wakes up before everyone. 1:30 a.m. he has woken up. If you go to his ashram, you will hear him chanting. You know, these are all aspects of story. Even during the lockdown in India, the first lockdown, when all temples were closed, Maharaj never gave up at all. In his small ashram, he was doing Guru Puja. All programs were going on. All programs were all going on. Chanting, everything constant was going on. You see, there's one aspect I want to mention. We all know Ganga Prasad. There was one time Ganga Prasad used to go with him to Mauritius. He went first. The second one, Ganga Prasad was arranging things. I told him, Ganga Prasad, you're having Maharaj mercy. Please let it flow to us. He said, Kapuk, let me tell you, you don't understand. You see, when you move with Maharaj, it's austerity. Austerity. No time to do anything. No time to eat. When you see varieties of prasad, there's no time for you to eat. When you are with Maharaj, you have to wake up with him. He was telling me, devotees now, I was saying now, Ganga Prasad want to travel now. He said, they are all seeing it as pleasure. He said to him, it's austerity. That will tell you how Gurudev, if you are with him, you must follow, you must abide with him also. Ganga Prasad said, he wakes up, immediately he hears Guru Maharaj waking up, say sometimes we'll be hearing him chanting, immediately himself will stand up. So these are all aspects of Gurudev. Another aspect again, I want devotees to understand. There's one devotee, Haridas. He came from India. He was with us in our famous Ajao Estate Temple. It's a very big temple, like a cathedral. Famous Ajao Estate Temple. Most devotees know that place. In this temple, you find varieties of different species of human being. You find it in that temple. There was one time Maharaj was chanting during a chanting period. So we are chanting early morning. So the devotees came to meet me. Haridas. Say, come and see what Maharaj is doing. Just to scare sleep from his eyes, because Maharaj was chanting, just to scare sleep from his eyes. Maharaj will slap himself. He will continue chanting. So when I saw it, I was very humble. Can any of us do this? Can any of us do this? These are our aspects of austerity. You want to scare sleep. He slapped himself so that the sleep can go, so that he can continue on his chanting. So when I saw it, I was humbled. You see? So I don't want to take much time of devotee. Another aspect I also want us to know is bound with Bhakti Swami Krishna Pad in the same Ajao Estate Temple where all the devotees were there. Everyone, as I've said, if you can come to Nigeria and stay, you can stay in anywhere in the world. You can stay in anywhere in the world. In Nigeria, you have a miniature, the battlefield of Kurukshetra is there. You find the stages of Namisaraya aspect is there. You learn a whole lot of things when you come to Nigeria. But if you can tolerate, we are very creative. Devotionally, we are very good. We have different aspects. So when Gurudev came, Gurudev was very, very, very heavy during one of the class. I happened to be the commander of the temple. So I sat beside Gurudev, Bhakti Dhira Damodara. I sat beside him. We know when Gurudev, when he's heavy, he always manifests in his Stringadev spirit. He was very heavy. He was pointing on all the leaders, pointing, talking. You know what, Maharaj? When I look at Maharaj, Maharaj was mopping his eyes, but he was shedding tears. He was mopping his eyes. Sometimes we should accept the chastisement of the Guru. You know, Maharaj was mopping his eyes. So when Gurudev finished, he just left from the asana. But the devotees have to divide the part so that they can do. The normal Krishna Padaya, Daya Krishna was not sung. They could not sing that. It all went off. You see. So we should try to accept the chastisement of the Guru, not bring it ourselves before the Guru to be praised. It's like someone who wants to enjoy the kingdom of God without God. So that mood I saw Maharaj, then I was moved. I was moved. So I will I will keep on going because every aspect about him is I don't know how to put it. It's messy, heart pouring about Maharaj. So to conclude, I would like to read from his book, one section about his book, about Guru disciple relationship. I would like to read from there. Just to conclude, not to take much of the time. As I say, this book is very, very, is very devotional because it touches on the fundamental aspect of human culture, devotional culture of antiquity. Everything you want to know about devotional life are engraved in this book. You see. So I will read this section. Chastisement brings purification. Chastisement brings purification. It says chastisement, when accepted with humility and gratitude, brings immense purification, which in turn brings satisfaction to the heart. That was the experience of Raghunath Das when chastised and punished by Lord Nityananda. Raghunath Das was greatly pleased and satisfied. A bona fide disciple will happily accept chastisement, considering him or herself to be fortunate recipients of the merciful glance of the Guru. While on the contrary, an unfortunate disciple will feel bad and become angry when corrected or chastised, not realizing the purity of the purpose behind rectification or punishment. A neophyte disciple will begin to think that the Guru does not like him. Such disciples are weak-hearted and have accepted a Guru for faction alone. The Guru will chastise only when a disciple allows him to do so. The more surrendered the disciple is, the heavier this chastisement is. If we desire ourselves good, if we desire ourselves good, we should do our duty as disciples and also allow our Guru to do their duties. Stopping the Guru from doing his duty of chastising us is very dangerous for us. We should allow him to do his service to us, keeping faith that he knows what is good for us. His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj expressed in a prayer, "My dear Lord, I do not know what is good for me. You very well know what is good for me. Therefore, either I like it or not, please do not listen to me and do what is good for me, because that is my good fortune." Hare Krishna. So I will stop here. And now, as I've said, I don't want to take much of the time. I humbly beg for the mercy of Gurudev, and so that he can bless us on our own. We should consider ourselves very fortunate to have him in our midst. So we should rally around him, build cycle around him, so that we can all grow and grow and grow. Hare Krishna. Gurudev Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. So you're going to give us a book like this.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, thank you so much for such a warm-hearted, touching glorification. I feel like we're being bombed with waves of love coming. And thank you so much for actually accepting our invitation and being here. We are so grateful. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare.
Wow. So now we will go to our next speaker. Our next speaker is Her Grace Ratnangi Radha Mataji from Nigeria. She is a disciple of Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, a Shiksha disciple of His Holiness Srila Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami, and aspiring to take second Diksha from Srila Gurudeva. Mataji, please, the screen is yours. Thank you so much for being here.
Unmute. Have you unmuted me? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Vaishnav Vrind ki jai. Hare Krishna to all. From the last 2 days, I am hearing so much about Guru Maharaj from senior devotees that I am feeling myself unqualified to speak on this platform, as I am very neophyte devotee and I met to Guru Maharaj only few months ago. Please forgive me because I still am daring to speak. So please forgive me for any offenses. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please empower me. I'm feeling so nervous. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet and allow me to remain there forever as a speck of dust. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Guru Maharaj, you have unlimited qualities, but I want to focus on some of them. Merciful, humbleness, strong austerity, deity worship, grave, jolly nature, devotee care, strength of your words, enthusiasm, for spiritual studies, deep classes, knowledge of the subject, ecstatic kirtans, perfect disciple. So I go on first quality of yours, that is humility, that is merciful. You are so merciful. You distribute your mercy so deliberately, like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did. He never judged people based on eligibility criteria, but distributed his mercy evenly. You also follow the same mood. Trinadapi sunichena, taror api sahishnuna, amanina manadena, kirtaniya sadahari. This line suits your mood perfectly. You are so simple and humble that nobody can understand your high position. But at the same time, everybody knows about your austerity. How you do 5 days dry fasting. Each Ekadashi you do dry fasting. You sleep very less. You eat very less. You do dry fasting. You take so many classes in a single day. You are Krishna conscious 24/7. Guru Maharaj, you serve your deities with so much conviction each and every day that we cannot tell which day they are looking more beautiful. When we take darshan of Sri Radha Shyama Sundar, we can feel their happiness. I always want to assist you when you are serving the deities, even though I don't have any qualification for that. When I first attended Mangala Aarti at the Lagos temple, I could see a very different mood of yours. I felt like you were physically present here, but mentally in another world. Your mood was very grave, but other times you are always in a very light mood, smiling, joking. Your smile is just like an innocent child. You take care of your devotees very nicely. You make each and every one of them feel very special. When you feel that they are not feeling happy, you make them happy by your loving and caring words. Whenever I share any problem with you, it dissolves automatically. I always feel the strength of your words. You speak very less, but whatever you speak, that has strength. You are such an enthusiastic student that you want to study more and more about spirituality. When you take 3 classes a day, you make sure that each class has a different topic so you can study more. You always make serious philosophy classes very easy to understand by giving easy, funny examples. But at the same time, you make sure that everybody can understand deeply the point you want to emphasize. Your classes leave a deep impact on me. I try to make you happy by making different preparations. But when one day I asked, Guru Maharaj, what will make you happy? Then you told serious sadhana. So you always think about how we can improve in our bhakti. I feel that guru-disciple relationship is the greatest relationship in this world because this relationship is beyond this material world and you have very deep knowledge of this subject. I love your book, Spiritual Connection. It answered all my questions about this topic. You have great respect for your Guru, His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. So you don't even allow your disciples to worship you alone in their altars. You instruct them to worship a pig which is along with your Guru Maharaj. What a deep love and respect towards your Guru. You have great respect towards our founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada too, which we can feel in each and every class of yours. In last few days, I got good fortune to attend Harinam Sankirtan in your association. It takes devotees to another world. Frankly speaking, Maharaj, earlier I was enjoying Kirtan of Vaishnav bhajans only. But you awakened real love for Harinam Sankirtan in me. Thanks for that. It is my inconceivable good fortune, or rather this is the will and blessings of my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj, that I came to the shelter of your lotus feet and became an object of your causeless mercy. Because I was hankering for his Vapu Seva and he disappeared from this world. So I feel he sent to you into my life. So I can serve you, your Vapu. But I'm a fool, Guru Maharaj. I'm an ignorant. Still, I don't know. I don't know anything. I want to understand your mood. I want to serve you life after life. I'm blessed that in spite of all my defects, you allowed me to serve you. Please bless me so that I never leave the shelter of your lotus feet. Your most insignificant servant, Ratnangi Radha Dasi. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Happy Vyasa-Puja.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for eloquent presentation.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. It is all your mercy.
I just flowing like a river. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Mataji, for such a beautiful offering. And now I will pass the floor over to my god brother Padangati Das for him to introduce our next speaker.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Yogini Mataji. Thank you so much, all the speakers. Such heartwarming wishes, and I mean, it becomes a pride moment for a disciple when so much has been spoken about Sri Guru. I mean, the pride of a Vaishnava is in the previous acharyas and Sri Guru. That's the real pride. So thank you so much, everyone, and thank you, Srila Gurudev, for being with us today. So our next speaker is His Grace Baladev Prabhu. He's from Radha Gopinath Mandir. He's a disciple of Radhanath Maharaj. He has served. He had the good fortune of serving Srila Gurudev for 7 years in Africa, right? And currently he's in the management committee of ISKCON Shri Radha Gopinath Mandir. So Baldev Prabhu, we invite you for your offering, and I know there is something special as well in store for Maharaj today. It being a very auspicious day in India, it's Ekadashi, Apara Ekadashi. So happy Ekadashi to all the devotees as well in India. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Baladev Prabhu. Happy to see you.
Nanda Pranam Maharaj, Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.
Hare Krishna.
Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj ki jai, Srila Bhakti Dhira Swami Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki
Yeah.
Thank you, Maharaj, for allowing me in your private Sangha. I am actually an intruder, but somehow you are all merciful to allowing me to get a glimpse of the Vyasa-Puja ceremony of your great soul. Yeah, I'd like to do some little small offering. I have been told to give whatever I can recollect my personal association with yourself, Maharaj. So thank you, Maharaj, and thank you all the disciples of Maharaj who are all gathered here to celebrate this very, very important occasion of the auspicious Vyasa-Puja ceremony of our beloved His Holiness Bhakti Damodara Maharaj. Thank you for organizing. It's a very professional organization. I was really enthralled. Thank you for all the organizers. It's really very good. Not unlike my experience in West Africa. This is really too good. I'm sorry for that, but this I was very surprised the way professionally organized. And I really know that all of you are serving your Guru Maharaj very nicely, and he's pleased with all
No,
your
no,
services.
from West Africa. That's right.
Thank you, Maharaj, for allowing me. So recently I was conducting a course, ISKCON Disciple Course, IDC. And a very beautiful point was mentioned in this course that there are different types of gurus we have in our life, right? The prominent, preeminent guru in our life is Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya and the most important Siksha gurus of all in ISKCON. Apart from that, we also have multiple gurus. And the next prominent is for us, our Diksha Guru. And the IDC course mentioned that we can only have one Diksha Guru, right? We can't have many Diksha Gurus, only one Diksha Guru. And the next level is a Shiksha Guru. And then it is mentioned we can have many Shiksha Gurus. So I want to all inform you that actually in my life, I am very blessed by the association, the kindness of Srila Prabhupada, and the kindness of my spiritual master, Holiness Swami Maharaj. And in my life, I have many Siksha Gurus right now here in Chopati, in India, abroad. And I'm very proud to tell all of you that one of my very prominent Siksha Gurus is His Holiness Bhakti Damodara Swami Maharaj ki jai. You know why that is so? Because Maharaj is full of exemplary, as it's like a role model. Everything about him is a role model. You take him as a person or his activities, his character, his speech, everything is so exemplary. It's very difficult to find any fault. Even a person like me, if I have to find fault, it will take 1,000 million years to find one fault in Maharaj. That is how great he is, because he is very much surrendered. The main thing from where he derives his great strength is his surrenderedness to his own spiritual master. Srila Bhakti Tirth Maharaj. There are many things Maharaj has shared with me about his connection with his Guru Maharaj. It is very private. I can't speak anything here, but I can tell you the gist of all that thing is Maharaj has given 100% to his spiritual master, and that 100% is oozing out from each and every pore of his body, the spiritual potency, all coming from the mercy of his Guru Maharaj. So I had got a chance to visit West Africa many years back, 6-7 years back, and I went there on the invitation of one of my close friends here, whom I had preached. She had gone there for a job in West Africa. So I landed in Nigeria, Lagos, and went on to go to Ghana, Accra as well. And when I went there, I was really inspired by the thought that it's an opportunity to serve Bhakti Tirth Maharaj. But I was very new because I had very less association with Bhakti Tirth Maharaj. I hadn't read much of his books. So I was confused. I am getting such an opportunity to serve, but I don't know how to serve. And that was the time that I got a chance to associate with Bhakti Damodara Maharaj, and all my problems got solved. I got so much inspiration of what is the mood of serving one spiritual master. And I could see that example year in and year out. I'll tell all of you the one of the main reasons I go to West Africa, maybe for preaching, that is there, but one of the main reasons is that I always go there because I get chance to associate very closely with Bhakti Damodara Maharaj. Can you imagine living in a temple where your room is just opposite the room of Bhakti Damodara Maharaj? That's ecstasy, right? And I have to share the same bathroom as him. That's not ecstasy for me. Maybe, I mean, that's for difficulty for him, but it's so close. Prasadam comes to him, Mahaprasadam comes to me. So I just see him whole throughout the day, the wonderful activity he is conducting in Krishna consciousness. And that inspires me. My 1 month trip in Africa inspires me for the full 1 year in my Krishna consciousness, like charging. Most of you come to Vrindavan and Mayapur to get charged up. Well, I go to Africa to get charged up in association of Bhakti Damodara Maharaj. That's the secret of my going to Africa. So if you think that I'm a very compassionate preacher going to Africa, please don't think like that. I'm not compassionate. Actually, I'm feeling compassion on my own self. I go there to get association of Bhakti Damodara Maharaj. So, yeah, so Maharaj is very, very popular in Chopati. We know Maharaj right from the day when he was just about to take sannyas. Maharaj had come to stay for, I think it was 6-7 months, Maharaj, right? You stayed in Radha Gopinath temple, ISKCON Chopati. So as a brahmachari, you stayed there in a simple accommodation. Yes, Maharaj?
It was 6 months.
6 months. So 6 months Maharaj stayed with us that time, and we became very close to Maharaj because like Brahmacharis Association. And we all knew that Maharaj is now going to Mayapur, but when he come back, he has danda in hand, he was sannyasi, right? A different approach. And then we saw Maharaj growing in the ISKCON world. Maharaj was actually already a fully mature devotee, but in the external world, we saw him growing like from Brahmachari took sannyas, and then Maharaj became a guru, and then became a well-known guru, traveling all over the world and preaching. And here is the result of all his preaching, all of you here. So we have seen Maharaj growing in the ISKCON world, as we say, and we are really amazed. And all this is because of Maharaj's surrender to his spiritual master. Whenever in Chopati, all brahmacharis will remember Bhakti Damodara Maharaj. This line in the Guru Puja in the morning we sing, Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati Arana Koryo Mane Asha. So this line, Bhakti Damodara Maharaj represents fully, because he has made the only precious valuable ornament in his life, the instructions of his Guru Maharaj. And he served his Guru Maharaj instructions for many, many years, simple, in a background, somewhere in a small place in Lagos. No one knew that place. And then he served so nicely. And that service, that when Maharaj was growing in his service to his spiritual master, then Bhaktivedanta Maharaj decided now to glorify him and push him ahead. And he pushed him a great push. Bhaktivedanta Maharaj was a well-known dancer, and he would push everyone to dance. So Bhaktivedanta Maharaj gave a gentle push to Bhaktivedanta Damodara Maharaj, and everyone saw suddenly Bhaktivedanta Damodara Maharaj appearing on the ISKCON scene and preaching amazing. So whenever I talk to my Guru Maharaj, Radhanath Swami Maharaj, by the way, I just choose this special place, this place where I'm sitting now. This is the place which Bhakti Damodar Maharaj likes very much in Chopati. This is the place of Radhanath Maharaj. This is the room of Radhanath Maharaj here. Maharaj is not here. Maharaj is in America. So I decided the most appropriate place to glorify Bhakti Damodar Maharaj to be in the room of Radhanath Maharaj. Sit there and make an offering. And please Bhakti Damodar Maharaj, and also please Radhanath Maharaj and Bhakti Maharaj all together. So we are all here. So as I mentioned, in Chopati, Maharaj is well known for his dedication to his Guru Maharaj. Maharaj is also well known for his wonderful sadhana, right? We call him as a great sadhaka in Krishna consciousness. His sadhana is like lines on the rock, day in and day out, no matter what is his health, no consideration. He is always there, as many of you pointed out, early in the morning, 2 o'clock, sometimes 12:30. Maharaj gets up and chants his round. He reads Prabhupada books, and the whole day he's preaching. Right? Many of his disciples who are in India were very good friend of mine. They say that Maharaj is always available. Anytime we can contact Maharaj and take his guidance. So Maharaj's whole life is for others. So this is something which we cherished in our Chopati Brahmacharya Ashram, that we get inspiration from Maharaj about his one-pointed determination to serve his Guru, and second is his personal sadhana, how he is so much geared to follow the principles of Krishna consciousness. In fact, recently one of the devotees in our temple, in the last year when the Vishnu Panchak was there, he practiced Vishnu Panchak and he actually did 5 days dry fasting. And you know what? When it finished the dry fasting, we actually gave him a title that you are the follower of Bhakti Dhira Damodar Maharaj. That's what we gave a title to him. Because it's not easy to do that. We all know. And this is what we all... So Maharaj in our Brahmacharya Ashram is a role model. He has helped so many brahmacharis to become better in their spiritual life, physically by giving instructions, and also just by being present when he comes to India, when he visits Chopati, just by his presence, he inspires all of us. And as I told you personally in my life, I go to West Africa. One of the primary reasons is I get chance to associate with Maharaj. That's my great fortune. So Maharaj is very, very simple in his personal life. When I visited West Africa, especially in Nigeria, Lagos, I saw Maharaj. He was living in a very humble place. That place is so small, not much facilities there. The bathrooms are not good. The room is also not properly ventilated. But in that room, when you go, it's like a Vaikunta. Why? Because Maharaj is happily serving his deities there. Maharaj serves his deities, then Maharaj chants his rounds, and then Maharaj reads Prabhupada books, his Guru Maharaj books, lectures and preaches. So that small place, which is like in which like a very confused, very difficult place, a small place like a Vaikunta, a spiritual world there, the whole thing. So I get chance there to go sometimes and meet Maharaj and be with him. And Maharaj has for so many years tolerated me so much. I really appreciate Maharaj for his kindness to me. And I thank Maharaj for all of his mercy and compassion he has shown to me. Please kindly keep bestowing your mercy, Maharaj. I know I'm a difficult person to handle, but you are very well known to handle difficult people. So kindly keep that credit to you that you're handling a very difficult person and keep giving your compassion to me, Maharaj. I would like to speak something to all the disciples of Maharaj. Well, you all are very, very fortunate, right? We all in Krishna consciousness have a primary goal that we want to go back home, back to Godhead, right? We all want to go back home, back to Godhead. I'll tell you personally in my life that you are very close back home, back to Godhead already, just by your connection with your spiritual master. Now you keep the connection strong, make him happy, and you'll reach that. It's like almost there. You just reach it when you perfect your life by following whatever instructions Maharaj gives. It's as simple as that. If you want to go back and back to it, just do what you're doing now and make it better, and just make Bhakti Damodar Maharaj smile always. If you do that, that's enough. That's a simple formula for success in your life. So with that thing, I would like to close my offering and not take much of time. But at this time, because we want to offer a small, humble gratitude to Bhakti Damodar Maharaj. Brahmachari is here in Radha Gopinath temple. We have made a small cake for Maharaj. Somehow we cannot offer it directly. indirectly we'll offer it to Maharaj. And we have a Maha garland from Shri Shri Radha Gopinath for Maharaj. So now I will turn my camera and show you some special photos of Radhanath Maharaj's room, and then take you to the lotus feet of Bhakti Damodara Maharaj. And in our own chapati style, we'll have a small cake offering for Maharaj. Maharaj, please accept it. Hare Krishna.
I will always accept anything from chapati because very special. In Mumbai, chapati is there, Radharas Bihar is there, Kagar is there, Mira Road is there. I'm telling you the truth. It's the same ISKCON, the same ISKCON, but there is a huge difference. I've tasted Buffy from Rajbihari, from Mira Road, from Kagar, but there is no compare. In fact, let me tell you the truth. You don't compare with anywhere in ISKCON. You know, I'm a very cynical person. Difficult for me to glorify something. But I'm telling you, the taste is different because the mentality of devotees in Chopati, within Bade is that we want to please Radha Gopinath. That is the mentality. And it shows in everything. It shows in deity worship, it shows in their character, it shows in behavior. Those days I used to go there every year. So one of your god brothers from Ukraine, Achut prayer.
Yeah.
Yes. So he asked me, why you always come to Chopati? I said, Prabhu, you don't know, when you come to Chopati, the welcome is the lovely dealings you find here in this way. The lovely dealings in this way. That is what welcome people to come. We don't want to take welcome, but the welcome here is the lovely dealings here. So I have stayed with the Balde Prabhu, Brahmachari together in the same ashram. We shared everything together. He took me to his preaching places all over Mumbai. All the preaching centers in Mumbai have been to all, including outside also, or Nasik to Pune. They have taken me to all these places, and they taught me how to preach, how to plan the preaching. I got all this things from Baldi Prabhu and all the devotees in Chopper. So I am indebted. And then he comes every year to support. There's nothing attractive. That is costlessness. I'm eager to get my prasada and my gallons.
Yes.
Because that is the secret of source, the blessing from devotees and the Supreme. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj. And now I'll just show you Maharaj's room also with me. This is Radhanath Maharaj's library. And this is the room. You must have come here, Maharaj. Now, yeah.
Blessing.
So this is,
Oh.
yeah, can you spotlight this here? So this is Srila Prabhupada, and this is Radhanath Swami Maharaj. This is Kartama Shai DT. And here is Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj Ki Jai. So we'll offer garland to Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj. This is Radha Gopinath's garland. Maharaj, please accept it. Maharaj, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Maharaj, you have to eat this cake now. Because we have Ekadashi here, but we have made a non-Ekadashi cake. So you can eat because you don't have Ekadashi there today.
Yes.
Hari Hari.
Krishna, thank you very much for the gift. We are blessed.
This is a special cheesecake made by brahmacharis here.
Yes, I can see it.
Thank you, Maharaj, for accepting.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, 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 Krish My respectful obeisances and gratitude to all the devotees offering this.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj ki jai. His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj Vyasa.
जय बलदेव प्रभु की जय श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ जी की जय Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Baldev Prabhu, for the Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Baldev Prabhu, for the wonderful offering and the wonderful cake prepared for Srila Gurudev. So it's Ekadashi, yes. It was tempting, but yes. So we move on to start. Before we start our next section for today of offerings from disciples and well-wishers, we have 7 in total today. Before that, we would like to have a quiz, right? We want to see now how devotees have heard Maharaj properly in the class today. So here is the first question we'll have, and the fastest 3 would be mentioned and will be given the laddu, right? So what is the sign of a devotee? Self-appreciation, appreciation of karmis, and appreciation of the activities of other devotees. So yes, so we heard this today. What is the sign of devotee? Srila Prabhupada was mentioning this. What is the sign of a devotee? And who is really humble? Who is really again, who is not envious? A humble devotee, a humble heart is not envious, right? And we also saw yesterday that appreciation is the appreciation is the weapon against envy, right? That's the weapon against envy. Yes. So yes, we have, okay, we've closed the poll. The answers will be revealed at the end in the concluding session, and yes, the winners will be announced. Thank you so much, and we move on to our next devotee speaker today. His Grace Govind Prem Prabhu. He's from Kenya, Nairobi. He has a lot of services to his name. He's a temple management committee of ISKCON Nairobi. He's the African preaching director. He's also a member of Sabha, the spiritual advisory Bhagavad Assembly. And yes, he's established many centers in Kenya, and he's helping young students, to get encouraged in Krishna consciousness. So over to you, Govind Prem Prabhu. We invite you heartily. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuruntamina Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. So today is a day of great fortune for me to glorify His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj. It is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Durlabha Manisha Deho Dehinam Shanghu Bangurai Tatapi Durlabh Manye Vaikuntam Priyadarshanam. That to get a human body is rare, but to get the association of a Vaikunta Priya devotee, a devotee who is really dear to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is much rare. So my association with His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj goes way back from 2006 when he really came to Kenya here. And I remember I traveled extensively with Maharaj at that time. And at one point, we traveled for 14 hours. It was really outstanding for me. We traveled for 14 hours by bus, and we left in the morning like at 6 a.m. and we reached like maybe it was around midnight or something, just before midnight. And Maharaj had not eaten anything the whole day. And I was like, wow, it's like I've never seen someone like this. And the next day was also Ekadashi. So Maharaj had fasted the whole day, and the next day was Ekadashi, and he fasted even 2 days. And I was like, Maharaj is he's out of this world. So just you can understand Maharaj's name, the word Dhira. You can just see this is in Maharaj's lifestyle, how Maharaj is very sober. He's not he doesn't get excited for, so many things, neither does he get disturbed. and he's always just thinking how he can please his spiritual master. This is something I noticed when Maharaj came here to Kenya, and he's always been coming at least every year, how much he's eager just for the preaching. And preaching in Africa is not something that is really easy. It's not like being in everywhere else, as you get so much association. It's such difficulty, but yet Maharaj, he has so much determination to push on this movement. And some really outstanding qualities that I see in Maharaj, like His Holiness Bhakti Nashinga Maharaj was explaining, that although Maharaj has a slim body, he has a big heart. And if somebody brought a cake like that, just like how Baladev Prabhu brought the cake, what Maharaj would do, he would distribute the whole cake and keep a small piece for himself. This is how Maharaj's big heart he has. This is the nature of Maharaj's compassion. And Maharaj's compassion is not that only for his disciples. It is also for other disciples of other different gurus. Like just recently, I remember I was sick, I had COVID. I was really suffering. And all of a sudden, Maharaj calls me from Nigeria. He says, I heard you have COVID. You have to take care of your body. We still need your service. And just by his one phone call, I found myself so much inspired that really this is the meaning of a Tattvadarshi, that he is just ever well-wisher, just like Srila Prabhupada, so much care and so much love. So much has been said by Maharaj about Maharaj's sadhana and Maharaj's simplicity. But one thing I really outstands for me, I remember when Maharaj came, and this thing, it always sticks in my head. Maharaj speaks about, what is it called? Management japa. When Maharaj came initially here in 2006, so sometimes in the festival, we had to do, in the morning during japa time, sometimes we have our phone, we're speaking. So I remember Maharaj called me once in the corner and he told me, do you think this management japa will take you back to Godhead? So whenever I'm supposed to use my phone, especially in my japa, the only person that I remember is His Holiness Bhakti Damodara Maharaj. So we're really very, very fortunate, especially in ISKCON, to have somebody so pure, to have a pilgrimage, a personality who is the source of pilgrim. He's a pilgrimage site, that when you just see him, all your troubles within your heart, everything just vanishes away. So on this day of Maharaj's Vyasa-Puja, I pray onto his lotus feet that he can keep me always in his shelter, his care, and his guidance can always be upon me, so I can be an instrument in serving Srila Prabhupada's mission in Africa. His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai. Thank you so much, Govind Prem Prabhu. It was wonderful. And yes, I remember Maharaj once said in Vrindavan that if I find anyone chanting japa with his mobile phone on, he's not my disciple. So I'm really scared when the phone rings while we are doing japa, and if you've forgotten the phone, to keep it on silent, and rings and it's tempting to see a message comes. Are you really my disciple? It's like that. So thank you so much, Pro, for bringing that point out. So thank you. So we quickly move on to the next speaker, and I will request Rogini Mataji to invite the next speaker. Hare Krishna.
Sure, thank you. Hare Krishna. So now we would like to call Her Grace Saki Vrinda Mataji. She's always serving Maharaj with great eagerness when he is in Mauritius, and he stays at her place for a few days during his visit always. And she has been facilitating seminars at her home for Maharaj when he's there, and they're actively involved in serving their Namahata by organizing many Bhagavata Katha and other programs in their home. So Mataji, thank you so much for being here with us today. You may share your offerings now. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances. I wish you a happy Vyasa-Puja. Glorifying someone great like you is just like putting the ocean in one small bottle. But still, I'm going to try. You're a living example of magnanimity, purity, mercifulness, simplicity, humility. The list of your qualities are simply endless. You have taken the best out of me. I never believed in myself, but you made me so strong that I can do anything in life. I was always confused and lost in my day-to-day struggle. Your caring nature removed me from my mental miseries. You made me so fortunate. You made me a fortunate teacher, a fortunate mother, and a fortunate devotee. I still remember in 2012, when I went to Vrindavan, I prayed strongly in front of Srila Prabhupada's Samadhi that I want to communicate to my Gurudev regularly, but he's busy, always busy. And when I returned to Mauritius after some weeks, I remember I met you at Krishna Balaram temple for the first time. And I emailed my Gurudev and asked if I can take instruction from you. And he told me why I have asked such a question, because His Holiness Bhakti Swami is a bona fide guru in ISKCON. I should go ahead. So I have always seen you as an extension of my guru. I don't see any difference between you and my Gurudev. The power of your austerity eradicates all the laziness in our life. You have always given us higher tastes, chanting 64 rounds on Ekadashis, full force, strict sadhana, Ekadashi force on Kartik, or all your blessings. You have accepted all the little service that I have done for you, and you have always encouraged me. All your lectures are so powerful and enriching that they guide me at every moment in my life. If I take millions of births, I cannot repay my debts towards you. You are just everything in our life. I thank you deeply. Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Maharaj.
Yes.
Yes, wish you a happy Krishna conscious day, happy birthday, and happy Vyasa-Puja day, and forthcoming days. Thank you a lot, Maharaj, for giving us guidance in everyday life. My wife used to listen all your lectures. I try my best to listen some of the lectures, but it's really very encouraging, and we feel very fortunate that we have accepted you as our Siksha Guru in our spiritual life, and we'll continue to serve you, Maharaj, your disciples, and all who are connected, disciple, and please give us mercy that can preach to people and engage more people about devotee cares and all things. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Wish you a happy Vyasa-Puja day.
Thank you very much, Sundaracharya Prabhu and his dear wife, Saki Brenda, with the two children, Dev and Devki. We are very indebted to all of you. It's a perfect match, husband and wife. It's a perfect match.
It's your mercy. You have made us this song perfect.
Saki and the husband, they were building their house, and the reason why they were building the house because is to have a beautiful quarter. That was the reason they were building the house. And I was surprised to see that the level of their dedication, the level of their attachment they have. And I remember the year I didn't go there, they didn't continue with the building. So why? So we are not coming. What is the use of building a house? Please complete the house. Please complete the house. And eventually they built it and they locked it until they came there. And then only when we visited Mauritius, then they opened the place. The house is so magnificent. They say my room in Lagos is small, but they have a palace in Mauritius. You can't imagine. You can't imagine until you come there and see it. You can't imagine what it means until you come there and see the place. And no,
Hare Krishna. We are sorry, I think there is a network disconnection. We'll wait for Maharaj to join. Yes.
majority. Sorry for the disconnect. we have 3 networks. You can switch over to anyone anytime. So yes, we are very, very grateful to Sundaracharya and his beloved wife. That all of you are staying in our hearts because you constantly think about us. That is how thing works. If you are thinking of somebody, you are with that person, and the person is with you. It is natural like that. So we are grateful to have all of you in our life and are supporting us in everything, facilitating our preachings, everything practical. We're doing everything. We have to talk every day. We talk every day. So it is like prasadam. If you don't take prasadam, you are nothing. So it's like every day. That is prasadam. Like we eat every day. We are very, very grateful to Krishna that we have met all of you in this life. I can imagine the support you have given. And the most amazing thing is that they will say, we have not done anything, you have not done anything, we have not done anything, we have not done anything. So I used to tell you, well, for you, we have not done anything, but for me, you have done everything. So thank you all very much, and we pray that Krishna keep all of you perfect in your service and continue with exemplary character, taking care of devotees. They struggle, fought like anything to do the service of caring for devotees in Mauritius. Thank you very much, Krishna. And our charities, they give you all the blessings to do the service nicely, taking care of devotees. They go about looking for devotees they can help. If devotees is sick, they go there. Devotee need this, they go there. It's not that they're the wealthiest people in the world, but the wealth is in their Christian consciousness, the interest to help people. So we are grateful to you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much. Now we're a little bit late in our schedule, so we need to make a little adjustment. We will have now Her Grace Arti Sundari Devidasi from Nigeria. She is a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami, dear wife of Achinta Rupa Das. She cooks for Srila Gurudeva and is a secretary also serving for Srila Gurudeva, and has helped immensely in the coordination and setup for this event from Lagos. So thank you so much, Mataji, for being here, and you may read your offering now. Thank you.
She's in the kitchen. She's coming? Yeah. She's speaking from there? All right. Hare Krishna.
She's coming?
She has left the hall. She's not here with us.
Okay, she had to cook. Yes, we tried to accommodate her. Okay, unfortunately, she won't be here, but then maybe we can try to accommodate her at another session. So moving on, we have Her Grace Vishnupriya Devidasi, and Vishnupriya and her husband Avaduta Chandra have been serving Maharaj very lovingly during his visit to Mauritius. Mataji makes beautiful garlands for Shri Shri Radha Shamashundara and prepares delicious bhog offerings for their lordships. And Avaduta Chandra Prabhu is an expert cook and assists the congregation in events for prasadam preparation. Thank you so much, Mataji, for being here. The floor is yours. Please.
Hare Krishna, Gurudev. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shreyati Bhakti Dhiranam Damodara Yati Shri Bhakti Tikasya Guna Bhavani Vasani Sarvada Sarva Bhaktam Savarakshapadami Shri Radha Krishna Gauranga Saisi Sarvada Nityananda Kripamate Kanamani Kunakami Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Swami Namo Namaste Krishna Pradaya Prabhupada Tatani Shikora Karna Shakti Iti Sokanami Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namo Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Swami Vishesha Srimati Hare Krishna, dear Srila Gurudev. Please accept my humble obeisance to you at the dust of your lotus feet. On this beautiful day of your 64th birthday, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj, all glories to you on this auspicious day of your Vyasa-Puja, and all glories to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. Gurudev, since I was born, I was trained by my parents in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, I'm very much grateful to them. But getting your association, your guidelines, and chastisements, Gurudev, I developed my taste of hearing, reading, and doing my japa before 7 o'clock in the morning. My love for Krishna has increased even more. This 1 month of lockdown was like a blessing for me, since I was more in touch with you. Every time for from you being either to understand Bhagavad Gita or any material dilemma in which I ended up in. You were always there for me, Gurudev, just like a father, protecting and guiding his children. Like a grandfather, you were always praying that everything goes well with my son, Chaitanya Prem, in all respects. Just like you are carrying out your duty as a spiritual master, Gurudev, I also want to equally satisfy you, your orders. I even thought that by following the regulated principles strictly, I would please you, Guru Maharaj. I was wrong. After reading His Holiness Dhira Swami's book, I will build you a temple. There was instruction that His Holiness Kama Krishna Maharaj gave to His Holiness Dhira Swami. The essence of spiritual life is serving to the spiritual master. The moment I read that text, I text you the same moment, and you reply me by saying, may your desire become fulfilled very soon. I will pray for you so you can have mood like them, like Srila Prabhupada's disciple. That is what is meant to be a disciple. Gurudev, just like you know what is in my heart, I also want to satisfy you by knowing what is in your heart without being told. Thank you for everything, Gurudev. Happy Vyasa-Puja Mahotsav. Your struggling servant Avadhu Chandra Das, Chaitanya Prema Das, and Vishnu Priya Devi Das. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for your offering. Pray Gurudev help you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you for that beautiful offering. And now I think we have Arati. Arati, is Mataji, is she there? Yes. Arati Sundari Devidasi, please, you can share your offering. Thank you so much for being here and from coming back from the kitchen quickly.
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishwadaya Krishna Prastabhutale, Shri Yati Bhakti Dhiranam Damdariti Namine. Yati Shri Bhakti Tiktasya Gunabhavanuvvatane, Savarasava Bhaktanam Savaraksha Pradayam. Shri Hare Krishna Goranga Gaisha Savar Provinchana Dakpamati, Pranamami Punapana. Dear Gurudev, please accept my most humble obeisances unto your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to you, Gurudev, on this very auspicious day of Vyasa-Puja. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 25, Verse 21, it states that the symptoms of a sadhu are that he is tolerant, merciful, and friendly to all living entities. He has no enemies, he is peaceful, he abides by the scriptures, and all his characteristics are sublime. These are the perfect examples of who Gurudev is, and many more loving qualities. Because of Gurudev's selfless love and genuine desire, that he has been able to transform the lives of thousands of people all over the world, most especially mine in different ways. Gurudev doesn't just preach by his words, but also his actions. In numerous ways, Gurudev has been so loving, caring, merciful, and affectionate towards me. Words cannot really explain how much he means to me. He's so much involved in my life that I wonder because I am not worthy of him in any form or ramification. I don't understand this costless mercy because I am so fallen. But Gurudev my weaknesses and flaws. Gurudev, there are times and moments when I am broken and confused on what to do. He leads me through the right path. He teaches me on how to grow. Gurudev is always there to listen to all my rubbish. One of all the amazing things I love about Gurudev is how he gives this rapt attention when you come to him with a heavy heart. He removes his glasses, drops his phone, and then he goes, "What's the good news? Tell me." After pouring out your heart, you leave whole, fixed, and happy, like you never had any worries. You are the favorite personality of my life. I am simply trying to become a devotee, and I wish and desire to become the devotee as you expect of me. I am willing to cooperate with you, to correct myself, to change myself for your pleasure, but I need your help because I don't know what is ultimately good for me. I wish to take this amazing opportunity to thank you for the amazing family you have created for us, filled with love, cooperation, and unity. On this very auspicious day, Gurudev, I beg you that your incessant love continue to grow in my heart, and please shower on me with your infinite mercy. Jai Gurudev. Your servant, Ati Sundari Devidasi. Happy Vyasa-Puja, Gurudev.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji, for the wonderful and humble and heartfelt offering, which is really touching. And we also beg Srila Gurudev for the mercy so that we all can be one spiritual family. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So next we move on to the next speaker is Devarshi Prabhu. He is from Nigeria. He's a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Damodara Swami Maharaj, and he's also president of ISKCON Kaduna Mandir. We love his quotes, which he puts on his statuses, and he's also doing a lot of services for Food for Life. So we welcome you, Devarshi Prabhu, for the next offering. We are sorry, just to inform that we are already over time and we have 2 more speakers after this. So let's keep it short to 2-3 minutes. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. My sincere gratitude to all the wonderful organizers on this platform for organizing this wonderful program for our beloved Gurudev. It's a very wonderful atmosphere, I've been hearing devotees, different devotees sharing their hearts and good wishes for our beloved Gurudev. I'm so fortunate that I've been with Srila Gurudev serving him for some years. So all the things that is going on, I have experienced some and also heard from senior advanced devotees, their relationship with beloved Gurudev. So I'm not qualified to speak of his glories, but because it says in the scriptures that even a layman can walk, and a dumb can also speak by the mercy of the Guru. So I would like to share my offerings. My dearest beloved Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances as your dust of your divine lotus feet. All glories to you on this auspicious occasion of your 64th Vyasa-Puja celebration. All glories to His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Swami Maharaj. All glories to His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. On this auspicious day of your Vyasa-Puja celebration, I offer my full dandavat to the dust of your divine lotus feet. Lord Krishna says that one should approach a bona fide spiritual master for becoming self-realized soul. But you approached me in my life while I was searching for spiritual guide. It is all because of your unlimited compassion that you have over a fallen and ignorant conditioned soul like me. I feel very blessed to have taken this path. I took one step towards you. You took 1,000 steps towards me, and always there helping me out of my difficulties in Krishna consciousness. You gave constant guidance to any question we disciple ask you. Sometimes I feel I don't deserve this special mercy. Now that I am trapped by your mercy, I pray to your divine dust of your lotus feet that I can become a good instrument in your hands and become a sold out slave of your divine grace. Your mercy is most important to me than anything else. How can I understand Lord Krishna, Lord Srila Prabhupada, or Param Gurudev without your blessings and guidance? You always stress out pure devotional service, and that sound vibration has imprinted in my heart. Please, dear Gurudev, kindly forgive me for all my offenses and inability to serve you well. Your compassion for us is immeasurable. It is now my duty to strive for pure devotion, and serve you in Srila Prabhupada's mission of spreading the message of Lord Shri Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 25, verse 21 says, the symptoms of devotee of a sadhu are he is tolerant, merciful, and friendly to all living entities. He has no enemy. He is peaceful. He is abide by the scriptures, and all his characteristics are sublime. That is pure description of you, Gurudev. I sincerely feel that you are representative of Lord Krishna, who does not live here on earth. He, Lord Krishna, dear Gurudev, to guide us. The feeling is so deep and pure that I, being so fallen and impure, cannot understand or explain this. Please, Gurudev, forgive me, dear Gurudev. I love you so much. And all my heart, I love you so, so much with all my heart forever and ever. Thank you for being a very, very special father. I love you, dear Gurudev. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks very much for the costless love, Gurudev. 1 billion prostration at your divine lotus feet. Your eternal insignificant servants, the Varishidas. Hare Krishna.
Hari Hari, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for the gratitude and the heartfelt offering, Srila Gurudev. Wonderful prayers. Thank you so much for being a part of this event today. Hare Krishna. So yes, we move on to our next speaker in line. His Grace Achinta Rupa Prabhu. He is Temple President of ISKCON Lagos, and he's doing so many coordination services, and also he's part of ISKCON Surbi Farm Project. He's doing that services, and if anybody wants to connect with Surbi Farm Project, he's the man for you. So thank you so much for coming, Achinta Rupa Prabhu. We invite you to share your offering with all of us and Srila Gurudev. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shriyate Bhakti Dhira Rachanande Ati Shribrata Tasya Brahman Vachmi Prabhatram Prabhadengi Shri Hare Krishna Gauranga Daswara Prabhu Nityanamate Pantana. Hare Krishna, dear Gurudev. Happy Vyasa-Puja in advance. So, first of all, Guru Maharaj, I would like to say thank you. A big thank you for all what you did for us. Yesterday, you asked a question to all of us. When we look into the mirror, what are we seeing? I was about to carry my mirror and look at my face to see if my tilak is well, is still there. Then he made the answer that, sorry, all of us were saying that we see ourselves. Then he mentioned that that means that we don't study Bhagavad Gita because for the one who studies Bhagavad Gita, he can't see himself. The mirror cannot show himself. Just show the body. But actually, Guru Maharaj, when you look into the mirror, you're not just seeing your body. No. You're just seeing the instruction of the spiritual master. Guru Maharaj, you always keep in mind the instruction of Gurudev. Whatever you are doing is always based on what your spiritual master has taught you. Again, I can say that all the Varna in Ashrama find a place in the divine heart. No one has come to you and feel rejected. No one. Everybody finds space. You always welcome and care for all of us. For those who really want to become serious in devotional service, you are the perfect personality to encourage them to go more and more deeper in devotional life. And for those who are not serious, you're also the perfect person to let them feel guilty. Why? Because no matter, there's no material condition who stop your sadhana. Never. No matter the condition, no matter the body complication, you never stop. You never give up sadhana. And this makes me proud of you. I'm very proud to have you as a spiritual master. I'm very proud to have you among us. I don't know this lifetime where Maya will have dropped me if you're not there. So Guru Maharaj is very thank you. I just say thank you. I'm very grateful for whatever you have done and you continue doing for all of us. So my prayer for Guru Maharaj is, I pray that Shri Radhesham continue to bestow all their love and blessing upon your divine heart. And I pray that I also become one day a ingredient of the smile inside your heart. So Guru Maharaj, again, happy Vyasa-Puja in advance. So with love, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Achinta Rupa Prabhu, taking time out of your busy schedule. And yes, Gurudev deeply cares for all of us. It's amazing you brought that out. So I'll quickly move on to our last speaker, but of course, yes, not the least. His Grace Achala Prabhu, also from Nigeria, and he's the temple commander, ISKCON Lagos. I think he's there with us. Achala Prabhu, can you switch on the video? Hare Krishna. So when Achala Prabhu comes in, till that time I have an announcement to make. We are getting a lot of requests for offering, and yes, what devotees can do, they can record their videos. You'll get the link in the chat, the email in the chat. You can send the email so that where you can upload and everything will be told. So you can send your offerings. We will be making the offerings live and sending the links to Srila Gurudev by 8th as well as on 21st June. Thank you so much. Yes, Achala Prabhu, the floor is yours. Please continue. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Shriyati Bhakti Dhira Damodara Namaha Yatra Shivati Kitasya Guna Vabhasale Savada Sura Vaspaya Padayane Sri Radha Krishna Gauranga Gule Subra Prabhu Nityananda Krishna Vasubha. So it is my great pleasure to use this period of time to wish my dear Gurudev happy Vyasa-Puja, to wish him long life and the highest blessing to give him to wish him long life, good health, so he can be blessed in the land of the living. So let me read my offering. Please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet, dear Gurudev. All glories to Parang Gurudev, His Holiness Srila Bhakti Tita Swami Krishnapad, and all glories to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vinata Swami Prabhupada. According to all the deliberate opinion of all revealed scriptures, the spiritual master is not different from Krishna, but Krishna in the form of a spiritual master delivers his devotee. Hare Krishna, dear Gurudev, you are in the whole world, no one can be more compassionate than you. Gurudev is preaching heavily because of he's very compassionate. You have a compassionate heart like Arjuna, just like in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, verse 25. When Krishna was explaining that you can realize the super soul by three things: by meditation, by working without fruitive desire, the nishkama, and working without fruitive desire. So Arjuna, out of his compassion, he now asks again, what of those illiterate people? How would they attain perfection? So Krishna said that in the next verse, Krishna said that if they hear with full faith, without from an undisturbed person, from a Dhira, they will attain perfection. And also Srila Prabhupada established ISKCON to give more opportunity for people to be hearing. So Gurudev is preaching heavily to fulfill his Guru Maharaj order and also to fulfill the purpose of ISKCON, because that's the purpose why Prabhupada established ISKCON. He give opportunity for people to hear. So Gurudev, just like Bhakti is divine grace, Srila Swami Bhakti Siddhanta, he said that each and every devotee should donate 7 blood in their body. So Gurudev is preaching with his last blood in his body. So people can hear, he's creating good fortune to everyone. My dear Gurudev, we are preaching with your last drop of blood. My dear Gurudev, you are a very living entity like me. My dear Gurudev, you are such a caring father. Anyone that come in contact with
we feel complete and protected. Gurudev is taking care of, if you come in contact with Gurudev, we take care of your material desires, your spiritual, everything is complete. You feel relaxed without anything. You feel relaxed. You take care of everything. Gurudev, please, I don't have the qualification. Before qualification is required to have to get the qualification of a spiritual master. I don't have anyone, but Gurudev, you automatically blesses me. I pray in this, my dear Gurudev, although I don't have any of these qualities and have not for one day passes your test and no genuine desire to serve you, still sometimes you automatically blesses me so that I can still be practicing. Thank you very much, dear Gurudev. Dear Gurudev, I'm very poor in birth, quality, character, and just like as a poor man goes to a rich man for help, I have come to you. I'm a beggar who do not know how to beg, but my fortune is that you can beg for me. Please, dear Gurudev, employ me in your service, and the only pure love of Godhead should be my pay. So Gurudev is an ocean of mercy, ocean of love. Why I say that Gurudev is ocean of love? Because Gurudev practice this system of love. Just like in the next of instruction, in the mantra 4, it describes the system of love. I will sing it. Say, offering gift in charity, accepting charitable gift, revealing one mind's in confidence, inquiry confidential, offering prasadam and the accepting prasadam. This is how the symptoms of love shared by one devotee and another. All this quality you find in the Gurudev. Whenever he visits his ashram, his room, he will share every will give you. If you give me anything, and from him I learned that Gurudev said you are not too poor that you have nothing to give. Gurudev said you are not too rich that you have nothing to accept. From him I learned all this quality. You are the external manifestation of the Shita Guru. You sit in my heart and help me from within. Gurudev is sit in my heart and help me from within. Just like in the Bhagavad Gita chapter 13, verse 23. He mentioned there that Upadatra Numantasha Bhakta Maheshwara. That the super soul is the overseer and the permitter. Gurudev is actually the overseer because it's the connection. Just like the story of Guru Nanak. One day when Guru Nanak visited Jagannath-puri, he was standing in front of Jagannath. And instead of him to be offering prayer to Jagannath, he's reciting the glorification of his Guru. So some devotees of Jagannath-puri, they saw him. I said, this man is standing in front of Jagannath and he's worshiping his Guru instead of offering direct obeisance to Jagannath. And the next time they saw his disciples serving him, they now approach him. Why are you a cheater? So he's supposed to allow them to be worshiping Jagannath. So Guru Nanak don't want to commit an offense. He now called one of them, please touch this fire. He said, I cannot touch fire. Why? Touch fire now. He said, I cannot touch fire. Okay. He now gave me a candle. Okay, use this candle to touch fire. He now touch fire. He said, with the help of this candle, you are touching fire. You are touching fire with the help of this candle. So the spiritual master, the spiritual have important in our life. The spiritual is like the candle, use it to touch the fire. So if you cannot touch the material fire, how is that we can touch the spiritual? We are just in the spark of the ocean of light, blazing fire. So we cannot even touch. So the spiritual is very important in my life. That without him, I cannot have Krishna. I cannot even touch the fire. But with him, I can touch the fire. I can hold the fire. So that is the importance of having Gurudev. Once more, my dear Gurudev, you are really a spiritual soldier because you have read all your Gurudev spiritual warriors. So why I describe my Gurudev as a spiritual soldier? So there are these 7 qualities that made of us. So in the soldier, I want to explain it. 7 qualities I found in him. One is S soldier. The first spell is S. And this says through they have strong sadhana. And what was it successful of having this strong sadhana? Through there, you have 3 S. There's 3S in it. Gurudev is serious. You have to be serious to develop sadhana. You have to be strict, and you have to be sincere. Gurudev is serious, is strict and sincere. In strictness, you can see that you have control of the whole. Just like in the Nectar of Instruction, Mantra 1. Mantra 1 is said, Vasho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udaru Pasta Vegam, Hita Vegam, Yobisa Hita Dhira, Sama Pimam, Pritivu. So Gurudev have controlled the whole. Gurudev cannot speak anything out of Krishna. You cannot speak anything out of Krishna. The second one is that, is a notion of love. One way to describe my Gurudev as a notion of love. It's a notion of mercy. It's compassionate. The third one is loyal. Gurudev is loyal, although he have to attain this perfection of his a spiritual master, he still practice to show us that there is no limit where you can say, I have achieved it. Now is the realization time. No, it's always practicing, keeping the four regulations, chanting everything, doing as if he's still a new bhakta. He's very careful whatever he does. And really have determination. He's very strict. He have a strong determination. Just like in the Bhagavad Gita 9:14. Sadatan kita yantoma yatatan shabidra vatraha namasatan shama bhakta nitya yukta upasate. Always chanting my glory. Krishna is always chanting his glory. Endeavoring with great determination. When Gurudev with speeches, endeavoring with great determination. He's always bowing down to Krishna. And such a great soul perpetually come to me. That is what Krishna says. And all these things, although I have not had much personal association with Gurudev, but the little I have and what I'm reading, I'm seeing everything. Gurudev is the perfect leader. He's perfect leader. Gurudev said everything is preached. You see, if you read anything, you will find it. Because Gurudev, he always tell us, live your life straight. Always tell us, live your life straight so that tomorrow you have voice. Now, because he's the one leading West Africa. Because Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita 3:21, Yad Ashranti Sista Tata Devataro Jana Sanya Paramankute Lokasta Danubatate. That whatever a great man, because it's not a great man, you have to do everything because the whole world, you know that the whole world will follow him. My dear Gurudev, you have tried so much for my life, and you used to tell me that everything I'm hearing that I don't used to put them in practice. Please forgive me and bless me so that I can start putting all I have been hearing from you in practice and become serious devotee, as you always used to tell me. Ashala, I want you to become a serious devotee. I promise to try my best to do that because you have affected my life positively. Before I was thinking that I'm helping anyone, but in reality, I'm helping myself. You are a true leader. You use me to help myself, and I'm very grateful for all you have done in my life. Guru Maharaj is a true leader. He doesn't exploit anyone. He will use you to help yourself. Because in this world, we are all suffering. We are all suffering. We are struggling with the six senses of life because of condition. In the Gita 15:7, Ma Vaiso Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, Manasastani Indriyani practice Kanshati. Kanshati, when he was teaching us that he brought this word, Kanshati. This material is just struggling. Now I remember
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sorry, Prabhu. Sorry to interrupt the chain of thoughts. We would need to end the session for today. We also have a session in the evening. Thank you so much, Achal Prabhu, for the amazing offering and for reading out the 7 qualities. You see in Gurudev as spiritual warrior. We see that those who don't know, Achal Prabhu is a temple commander, and we see that he's always there with Gurudev in the morning chanting japa. So thank you so much, Achal Prabhu, for the wonderful offering. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So yes, we are going to conclude the session today. And yes, before that, we'll just make a few announcements. So we have been getting a lot of requests, and we thought that we'll announce for the offerings, video offerings, creative offerings. Devotees want to send to Srila Gurudev. Gurudev's Vyasa-Puja, according to the English calendar, is on 8th June 2021, and according to the Tithi is Nirjala Ekadashi, the most auspicious day. That is 21st June in India. You can check in your respective states. So we will also we'll be making these videos live on YouTube, and we'll be sending the playlist to Srila Gurudev for the offerings. So yes, please devotees, you can all send the offerings. You can see in the chat there would be a link and also email. So any issues with the offering, sending how you want to send the offering, please send us an email on sangha@bddswami.com, and we'll send you the instructions how to upload, where to upload your video offerings. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we need to announce the winners for today's quiz. Right, so the fastest three, we had 100% result today. We'll just announce the winners for today. The question was, what is the sign of a devotee? It is the last one, appreciation of the activities of other devotees. And the fastest three devotees were Namamrita Pimple, Venkatesh Prabhu, and Chaitanya Chandra Das. Yes, so congratulations to all the devotees who were fastest in answering, giving the correct answer. Thank you so much for joining us today. And in conclusion, I really want to thank the technology team and also the Zoom, so that we could have, even in pandemic situation, we could all connect as a global family together. Thank you to all the participants who have opened their heart out in public. It's not easy, but they've opened their heart out for the offerings to Srila Gurudev. And we also thank Srila Gurudev for being present throughout the offerings and sharing so many things with us. So yes, so we have the concluding session tonight. It's tonight in India. It will be evening in Lagos. So we have the concluding session, the grand finale for this Vyasa-Puja Mahamotsav. So not to take more time, we would announce the schedule for tonight. So I will invite Yogini Mataji to announce the schedule. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Sure. Thank you so much, Panagati Prabhu. And just to add to your thankings, I would like to thank all the interpreters, the Hindi interpreters and the Portuguese interpreter. Thank you so much for your service. And I know it's been a really long session. Thank you so much for being there and interpreting and translating for us. It was so important. So this afternoon we have our final session, and it will be a short movie, part 3 of the life of His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami. We will start punctually at 4:30 p.m. West African time. Then this will be followed by another talk by His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami about the culture of constant love and appreciation. We're looking forward to that again. And then that will be followed by offerings by senior devotees, God brothers and God sisters from Brazil at 5:20. Then we have a special song offering from wonderful devotees, and it's called The Unsung Hero, and we will be watching that together, followed by offerings by Maharaj's disciples and well-wishers. So we kindly ask everyone to join us this afternoon for more of this nectarian celebration of 64th Vyasa-Puja Festival of Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj. And so here in this slide you can see your respective time in each country. So please remember and join us very soon. Thank you so much, devotees.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much all. Can we have the music?
Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,